The GOAT debate in basketball almost always ends in the same place: Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. Kobe Bryant usually gets mentioned next, and for good reason. 5 titles, iconic scoring runs, obsessive competitiveness, and massive cultural influence. But when people really dig into it, most agree there's still a gap between Kobe and the top 2. And that gap matters because it shows how insanely high the bar actually is. To even enter the GOAT debate, a player needs almost everything to line up at once. Not just talent, not just rings. You need championships where you were clearly the engine. You need multiple seasons where you are undeniably the best player alive. You need longevity, not just one peak, but a second and sometimes a third prime. You need playoff dominance because legacies are written in May and June. And you need impact, the kind where the league changes because of you. Kobe is the reality check. If someone that skilled, that driven, and that accomplished still lands just outside the MJ LeBron tier for most people, that tells you how narrow this conversation really is. So who today even has a path? At the top of the active group, Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Stephen Curry are already knocking on history's door. Jokic might be the most efficient offensive engine the sport has ever seen, a center who solves defenses with passing and touch. His case grows with every deep playoff run, but GOAT arguments usually want more titles and more years on top. Giannis has the rare combination of MVP-level offense and Defensive Player of the Year impact. If he adds another championship window and extends his prime, his resume starts to look terrifying. Curry changed the geometry of basketball itself. Entire defenses exist because of him. His argument is less about catching Jordan or LeBron statistically and more about how much the sport bent around his shooting. Then you have the prime stars who need championships to even open the door. Luka Doncic is already one of the most dangerous playoff scorers ever, capable of controlling an entire series by himself. But the GOAT debate does not forgive 0 rings. Jason Tatum has the two-way wing profile and the team environment to stock titles, but he still needs more seasons as the clear best player on the biggest stage. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has the efficiency, the footwork, and the defensive value, but legacies require signature playoff chapters, not just regular season brilliance. There are younger stars with time like Anthony Edwards who have the confidence and athletic edge that legends tend to share, but most players never make the leap from potential to dominance. That's why hype alone doesn't move this conversation. Now pause, because there's one name that actually changes the temperature of the debate: Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama isn't just another talented young star. His ceiling represents something the league hasn't fully dealt with before. Defensively, he doesn't just block shots, he changes decisions. Offenses avoid areas of the floor simply because he exists. That kind of presence can carry entire defensive systems, which is a quiet but critical GOAT trait. What makes him different from past giants is that he fits the modern NBA instead of fighting it. He moves like a forward, handles well enough to punish closeouts, and operates comfortably in space. The league has historically dragged huge players away from the rim and exposed them. Wembanyama survives there and sometimes dominates. Offensively, the scary part is the release point. If his jumper becomes consistently efficient, there's no clean scheme. You can't contest normally, you can't switch small defenders, you can't just sit in the paint. That's when a player stops being great and starts being unfair. But this path is still brutal. Health is the biggest gatekeeper. The history of 7-foot-plus bodies is unforgiving, and GOAT cases require 15-plus elite years. His efficiency needs to catch up to his highlights, turning spectacular into automatic. The playoffs will force him to develop counters because every weakness gets attacked repeatedly, and the team around him has to become a title machine because no one wins alone. If all of that aligns, the resume can stock fast. MVPs, Defensive Player of the Year awards, Finals MVPs, cultural gravity that stretches beyond the court. Most stars become all-time greats. A few become top 10. Almost nobody has a believable path to the Jordan-LeBron tier. Victor Wembanyama does, and that's why, years from now, the GOAT debate might sound very different than it does today.